Hey, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Dead in Vinland, the alt-tab edition. That's right. I alt-tabbed away from a Gungeon run. Was warming up, playing some Enter the Gungeon, and I actually had a decent run going. And I thought, well, you know what? It's getting a little late in the morning here. I'm on the forge, but I got this. Synergy I've never, or not even really a synergy, but where something I've never had before, where you get both the Rubendine weapons, I believe it is, and it combines them into this monster weapon, and I haven't even fired it yet. And I thought, you know what, I'm not gonna get in this. I gotta switch over. I'm gonna bang out my Vinland for the day, and proceed from there. Play Gungeon quite a bit. I think I've mentioned this before. It's the one game that I love to play that I never seem to get any better. I seem to have plateaued pretty hard, and I have not improved in that game in quite some time. It's both humbling and embarrassing. That's an A- coffee we've got going on today, folks. That is some good caffeine. What are we doing? Oh, it's a bonus. You get. It's also post-election day edition. This video. It is the day after our small town Canada municipal election, and the results are in, and I'm pleased. You know, I have to say it's one time that I think since the 10 years or 10 years plus that we've been back, it's like the one time I can say, in all honesty, that it's like I'm not going to talk as I go through. I'm going to go through these like real simple ones, the leaves and salts and stuff. I'm not going to talk about reading. You can read for yourself. I will just talk over it. But yeah, it's like the one time in like the 10 years or so that we've been back that I'm actually, I think I can say 100% pleased. Yeah, I think I can say 100. But there's one counselor that I wouldn't have picked, and I didn't pick, and I don't know what everybody else saw in this particular person, but yeah, they're on council. But again, like I said, the mayor was the big thing, and my preferred candidate made it in. So I was pleased with, yeah, that's an A- coffee. I love that. That's good stuff. And yeah, so it was good. We was able to even here in small town Canada, we had the ability to kind of track the results almost real time. Obviously, it wasn't literally real time. It was fairly delayed, fairly. Think of like when you're trying to watch Netflix and the internet connection is crap and it's like always buffering and choppy. That's what following the election results is like in small town Canada. You go to like the municipal website, I guess. They don't even have like a portal or anything, and they don't have anything that like a feed or something that you think could live update. No, what they do is they update a PDF on the website, and they just keep updating that PDF. So you got to keep going back. You've actually even got to refresh the page, I think. A couple times I just closed off the PDF and then re-clicked on the link, but I think it was just re-clicking the same link. So you have to refresh the page. You get the new PDF file, which they just say, unofficial results number 2, unofficial results number 3, and they just keep upping the number. But yeah, you go and you check, and every once in a while they update, and so watching the results come in my favor, so to speak, was quite pleasant. Could have listened on the radio as well, I suppose. They were doing some updates on the radio, but I don't want to listen to all the nonsense in between. So it looks like we had a fail here of some. Oh, we got a bone though. That's always good. Got to stay ahead of the crafting between what we find and what the dog brings us. I think we'll stay ahead of the crafting fairly well. So yeah, so that was interesting. And it's people, especially in small town Canada, people say, "Oh, it's just municipal election." Who who really cares, right? But I've always said that it's like the closer you are to a vote, the more important it is, right? Like geographically and spiritually or personally, I guess. So municipal elections have always been the most important. Like, just because you're dealing with the people you're voting for are have their hands directly on the stuff that you deal with literally every day. Your roads, your garbage, your the services that a lot of the services that the community has to offer. So it's like, I know, and you know these people. You can actually talk to them a lot of the times in small town Canada. Anyway, I don't know what it's like other places. May indeed be different. Where if you tried to talk to a counselor in the the grand city of Ottawa, you'd be thrown out by your laurels or thrown out by the ear. A couple of thugs in suits and sunglasses would come up to you and politely or not so politely ask you to leave. We said we weren't going to touch that one, right? I want to clear this map so bad, though. Oh well. So yeah, so that was a big to-do. Very pleased with the outcome, like I've already said, and looking forward to the next 4 years. It's looks promising anyway. We've had some years where we didn't even get to vote for certain positions because there just wasn't enough people. There was no contest. They're just acclaimed. And what did we pick here? Did we pick the wrong one? So yeah, so it was nice to actually be able to vote for every single position. But we'll see what happens. We don't know for sure how it's gonna go. We can only assume. Poisoned. I don't want to give too much. I don't want to talk about the candidates, and start giving too much away. It may be possible to technically figure out which small town I'm actually in, even though there are literally hundreds of them, I assume, in this province and this country. We trapped some animals. I'm trying to not read, but also just trying to keep abreast of what I'm actually choosing to do, right? We don't want to do too much, click too much, and send someone to their demise here, but I don't think that's going to happen. So, I know, you're just dying to know, aren't you? How's the house? You want to ask, how's the house? Well, it's coming. Like I said, the floor is in, but I think I kind of prematurely shot the load on that one, so to speak. The floor is in, it's just the closet. I'm going to head over and do the closet today by myself. It's a one person job for sure. We don't need two of us doing the whole big bedroom floor. So I'm going to finish this video up actually and head over there and finish the little, there's only like, I don't know, is it even 20 square feet? Probably not. Of closet. 20 square feet, 5x4. Is that a big closet? I don't know. 5x4 doesn't seem that big. I don't think it's a very big thing. It'll just be click, click, click. I should be done in an hour or so from start to finish. And then the wife actually gave the okay yesterday. Once that's all good, we just start moving stuff over. And it's just a matter of... my phone ring? No. Okay. Yeah, just a matter of literally putting the muscle in and starting to move stuff. Oh yeah, these are a ton of shimmers. I don't really want to go with... Ugh. So that's That'll be interesting. I don't foresee too many problems. I mentioned there's one big job that I can't do. That has to get done still on the heating system. So, you need professionals for that. So that's supposed to get done this week. And there's another big job that I do have to do, but it doesn't require being done before we move in. So we're going to be moving in this week, and I'll probably do the last big job over the weekend. And then there's a whole bunch of little, like tiny little jobs that'll get done over the course of the winter. A little bit of patching and stuff in the laundry room, things like that. And then actually there's also some bigger stuff to be done over the winter as well. I've come to the conclusion I want to fix the kitchen. Yeah. We've come to the conclusion, this is almost like a flip house. This is going to be something we're in for a short time. It's recently come to our attention. There's some other stuff going on. Again, like I said, this has been literally the worst summer, I think, ever of my life, and it's bled into the fall now. And that's still ongoing. So we're still kind of sorting out the repercussions of the bad summer. And we're going to be looking to be out of that house within a year probably. Just because it's not where we need to be anymore. Small town Canada is just about run its course for us, so to speak. I think fishing here is what we do. Yeah, this is what we do. Sure, why not? We'll get some fish. So yeah, in order to facilitate a faster, quicker, easier, less convoluted sale, 30 centimeters of marine delicacy. Where's my pencil? Packing up, I've moved all my scrap papers and my pencils have gone into weird plate. There's my pen. What am I talking about? It's right there. 30 centimeters of marine delicacy. 30 centimeters of marine delicacy. So the kitchen's gonna have to get done, and countertops and cupboards and sink and lighting and backsplash and and why is this an intelligence action? I don't know, but sending Parvana into the damp beating water along her smooth supple skin sounds like the right choice for me right about now. All that did was take away some depression. Okay, good to know. Any other sort of mediocre looking things here? This rock, we can mine this for some more stone. Dig away, Tomo. Yep. You strike with pickaxe and you break a small part of the rock into several parts. However, you notice the resonance inside is unusual. You feel there's something inside the rock, which is kind of strange. I'm sucking at this coffee. It's just so good. You strike another blow with your pickaxe, breaking a new part of the rock in the process. You notice a strange resonance. More important than before, you feel you're getting close. You have to keep digging. One thing I will say about the vote yesterday that kind of ticked me off, I can't remember how common it is. I know it seems like certain elections this applies and certain elections this doesn't apply. In this election, municipal, I thought for sure I can put my own ballot in the box. But apparently not. I went to do it. No, sir. No. Here, boom. Take it so that it's got to be folded the right way. Okay, yeah. And then the lady at the thing puts it in the box. And that kind of aggravated me. In case you haven't noticed by now, She might not, actually. I don't know if we've talked. I get easily aggravated. Aggravated is the wrong word, because I don't get belligerent or violent or rude. I get agitated. It's something will happen, or someone will say something, and it will find itself a little place. I'm pointing at my head here, at the side of my brain. It'll find a little place in there somewhere, right where I'm pointing, in the side of my head or the back, and it will sit there and it will agitate me. Like, why can I not put my own ballot in the box? That drives me absolutely crazy. I should be able to do that, shouldn't I? I'm a grown-ass man, for crying out loud. I was able to put the X's where I was supposed to put the X's, and now you're going to tell me that I can't... I can't put my own ballot in the box? Like, give me a break. But apparently not. But I thought for sure there was a provincial or federal election. It must have been, obviously. Where I was able to put the ballot in the box all by myself. And I felt like a big boy. It made me very happy. No, but, yeah, aggravated is the wrong word. Agitates me, or, okay, vibrations. Continuous vibrations in the rock. We're going to cause an earthquake. 79%, we failed. Only lightly scrapes the surface. You won't be able to overcome this impressive deposit like this. Dig again. 79%. Like, I just spit A- coffee all over my microphone here. How did we miss 2 in a row like that? This is ridiculous. Thank you. You hit the rock once again with your pickaxe, breaking another part of the rock. The vibrations get stronger. You know you're getting close. You've got to keep digging. Hey, look at that. Dig again. 79%. We can't fail. Okay, I was going to say, we're at 50-50 here. You strike a final blow. You feel the ground trembling under your feet. It's not reassuring. Suddenly, a jet of boiling water under pressure breaks the rock and breaks it into 1,000 pieces. You somehow try to cover from the rain of burning projectiles. I would imagine all these things just get so much worse on harder difficulties. I'm considering doing one on a harder difficulty. It won't be right away. It would be much later. But I want to try again, because I think we got off really, really easy on this one. And yeah, I think there was more challenge here. Although I've clearly, or at least I hope it's clear, that I've really enjoyed this game. Searching for the owner just always ends up leading to finding a dead body. This, we're gonna find maggots and stuff. Forgot about this one. Yeah, itching on the neck. Throw up. Clean your mouth. Depression. But we got something else out of it, though? No, she gets stinky. Okay. If I covered all the topics I wanted to cover? Don't know. Don't know. Scavenging and constitution. Yep, we're fine. But yeah, don't underestimate. And the election was, there was a few that were decided by very small margins. So and I talked about this with my kids, because they are old enough to appreciate. They actually did like a mock vote. They actually watched the candidates say their piece, because they had like a thing where all of the small town Canada got together and listened to everybody talk, and it was recorded. So just the other day, just the day of, I think, the election, I think yesterday, or the day before, or at some point, I think it was yesterday, the day of the election, they had the kids just watch those videos, which I thought was great, more useful than any of the other crap that they do. Every day I ask my kids, did you learn anything? No, they didn't. Once in a while they come back with a story that's actually somewhat interesting that happened in the curriculum, within the bounds of the confines of the curriculum. Something exciting sometimes happens. Sometimes it's in the schoolyard on their own time. But once in a while it's actually within the curriculum that might actually help them grow as humans. And what happened? Cooking. And they get something out of it. So in this case, they watched the video, like I said, and then and then voted, and they discussed the results, or they at least disclosed the results of who won, and then had a little chat about all that kind of stuff, which I thought was really good. And then so I talked with my kids about it this morning, and they said, oh, you know, we compared who won in theirs versus who won in real life, and we were talking about it, and I mentioned to them some of them. Oh, look at that, finally. Some of the races were, or the races, make it sound like an American midterm or something, but some of the races were very close, and like the end result, the vote, was only a handful of votes here and there. And so we talked about how important then voting is, because, you know, I said you start counting on one and two hands, the number of votes that were needed to swing, you know, the outcome in drastically different directions, at least from my point of view. And it's pretty important that everybody get out there to vote, and vote what they want to. This was the problem that I was almost found myself trapped in. There was more than a few, but there was about 3 candidates that I think really had a chance for mayor. Excuse me. And and 3 candidates, yeah. And I was thinking, you know, if person 3 doesn't really have much of a chance, but they managed to pull enough votes away from, say, candidate 2, who would be my ideal second choice, and 3 ends up stealing votes away from 2, are we going to get stuck with number 1? You know, I guess I should do this in the reverse order. If my first choice doesn't really have much of a chance of winning and pulls enough candidates or enough votes away from my second choice, which is number 2, could I end up getting stuck with number 3, my third or least desirable choice? I was really concerned about that. And talking to people, do I vote strategically and vote for my second best to make sure that they get in? Because they have the most likely chance over my first choice. And I think I've made that clear. It gets confusing, a little muddled sometimes, but I think I've made that fairly clear. Basically choosing a strategic vote for my least preferred my middle preferred candidate, just to avoid getting my least preferred. And talking with people, I kind of came to the conclusion that especially in a municipal election like this, and it's so tight, you got to vote for who you want. And that's I voted for my first choice, and actually ended up being successful. And again, with small margins, you know, if I had chosen to vote strategically, and even worse, if I can manage to convince other people to vote strategically, I could have ended up with the second choice, actually, when the first could have won. So it's been a weird few days leading up to the election for a whole lot of reasons. Am I going to record another video and keep talking about this? I don't know. I got a little bit of coffee left. I got floor to put in. I'll figure it out. There's a Gungeon run. There's floor to put in. there's election results to celebrate. I'll figure it out. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, thanks very much. See you soon.